10 years of promoting startup innovation in Puerto Rico. The timing was challenging. In 2015, more than 75% of startups failed within the first 12 months of operation. Today, that number has risen to over 90% of companies. But Pearl 18 proved that the right ecosystem changes everything. We have grown from one accelerator program into a complete platform. The result? Over 600 companies from around the world have launched and scaled to our programs. This is the story of how vision and determination transform Puerto Rico into a fundamental hub for global innovation.
I actually started as a business development intern right before P18 Generation 7. And back then, I was just trying to learn as much as I could about how startups grow. Over the years, I had the chance to work closely with founders at different stages, from those taking their first steps to others already expanding internationally. Growing within the organization and eventually becoming operations manager of Expand in 2023 gave me a front row seat to that evolution, not only of the startups, but of the whole ecosystem around them. I have seen how their confidence changes, how their teams mature, and how they start thinking more strategically about impact and sustainability.
3 years ago, I started at Parallel 18 as a startup executive. Since then, a lot has changed in the founder journey. But what hasn't changed is founders' hunger for growth and innovation. As startup executive, I was in the room for huge successes, some failures, and redemption stories. And what I've noticed was a pattern of founders that align their execution with their vision. Now, as an investment analyst, I continue to support founders in their journey, except now I can back them with investments. My operational experience now allows me to identify founders that have that alignment between the mission and their vision. The technical part of my job has changed, but supporting the founder's journey is still my main mission.
It's all about curiosity. When I transitioned from startup executive, I realized that connecting startup with corporations isn't just about matching needs, it's about connecting possibilities. I approach it like a huntress. I investigate what's missing in the market. I sit down with people I don't know, share knowledge, and design engagement strategies that connect our startups with the right partners.
Now, let's talk about P18 Gen 13, a cohort led by 50% Puerto Rican startups alongside solutions from Argentina, United States, Chile, and Brazil.
These P18ers represent different industries ranging from edtech, e-commerce, health, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, among others.
During 20 weeks, P18 Gen 13 received 22 mentor sessions and 5 venture classes.
With a combined revenue of $500K and more than 3,000 clients, these startups are on a strong path towards sustainable growth. Welcome to P18 Gen 13 Demo Day!
How's it going, everyone? How's the energy out there? There we go. There we go. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and share the amazing achievements that our 13th generation of P18 has gotten so far. So a round of applause for all of you for being here tonight. Hey, I'm a huge fan of this energy, by the way, and also startups. We got a packed house. I did not know we were gonna actually receive this amount of people. We usually, we shoot for a couple hundred, but then we try to fall within the ranges. But Hey guys, thank you so much for actually making it over here. It shows how strong and resilient the ecosystem is and how much support you guys as entrepreneurs have from the whole ecosystem. So all corporate partners, investors, and stakeholders, thank you for being here. We really appreciate that. So there's a lot going on tonight, right? We got 18 different companies showcasing their achievements, their development, and their growth. And no, the number was not intentional. It just so happens to be that P18 had 18 different companies, but on top of that, P18 is celebrating its 10th anniversary. So it's a full night of surprises and celebration, not only for its founders, but also for Pearl 18 as a program. So for all of you that have supported the program since its beginnings in 2015, thank you. What you're seeing today, you were a part of what made it happen. So we really appreciate that. On top of that, this cohort actually has 50% of the companies being locals from Puerto Rico. So we are split even. We got our international companies ranging from Brazil, with people from Argentina, people from United States mainland, Canada. We got Italy, we got people from Uzbekistan and Japan as well. We have a little bit of everything, a little bit of cultural flavor to ensure that innovation show what its seed is based upon, which is difference, diversification, and diversity. So with that said, our companies, as you saw on the presentation, achieve and manage to add over 3,000 new clients to their businesses. Pure growth from within the island, and many of them taking the stakes even further, connecting with new investors, connecting with more than 90 different corporate partners, both from our network and recently added to our network. But on top of that, the companies manage to scale, which is the most important thing. So for all of you stakeholders out there, investors, partners, friends, family, the founders have their tables at my left. So after the DemoDay presentations are completed, make sure to visit them, have your one-on-one, explore new collaborations, new opportunities. There's a lot of flavor, there's a lot of value to be added. Ensure that you are able to capture it. To the Pearl 18 team, guys, this is all you. If it wasn't for your support, if it wasn't for your effort and your hard work, we wouldn't be able to actually push this forward and help the founders for the past 10 years. So for all ex-members, current members, and hey, future members of Pearl 18, thank you. A round of applause for them. To our investors and stakeholders, of course, thank you so much. You guys are the ones that are supporting back-to-back every year so that we can make this happen. But on top of that, I would like to thank the Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust, our matrix organization, Colmena 66, Fase 1 from the entrepreneurship pillar, and the rest of the programs of the Trust who are always supporting us. And hey, I could spend all night just talking about the great things the Trust is achieving and supporting our ecosystem to do, but I think inviting to stage our Chief Executive Officer, Luz Crespo, is a lot easier to do. So, Lucy, the stage is yours. A round of applause.
Thank you, Hector. They turn off the lights so I can barely see. Mira, it's amazing that we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of Parallel 18. And in particular, I'm so excited to have the opportunity to remember from the very beginning when we started just with an idea, okay, of how we can transform the Puerto Rico innovation ecosystem, okay, and at that point in time, we decided that it was so important to have this mix between international companies and local companies. And I'm delighted that today we have achieved a major milestone by having half of the cohorts being local companies, okay? So thank you so much to the local companies and to the international companies that are visiting us. But you know, the important thing here is really that this is a specific cohort, Parallel 18, is so special because the mission and the vision, especially the vision that the Trust have since 2015, is that we really want for Puerto Rico to be recognized as a global innovation hub. And we are really making major steps For us, one of the major achievements was when at the beginning of this year, Parallel 18 was recognized by Hub.com as one of the 19 best accelerators in the world. So for us, that was a really special recognition that, highlights that we are really going in the right direction. Obviously, this is a journey. Okay, and the journey takes you have to take many steps. It may take many years, but we really are moving into the right direction. I really congratulate all the startups. I had the opportunity with the whole trust team to see their presentation, their innovation, their passion, their energy, their commitment. And I can guarantee that you're going to be enjoying this demo day probably as you never have before. Okay, I also want to take this opportunity to really express my deepest appreciation to all the Parallel 18 team that really make all of this happen. Guys, you really are completely awesome. And again, you really are delivering the mission of the trust, which is to build, to facilitate, to finance, and to build the skills and the competencies that we need to continuously advance Puerto Rico economy, and in particular the well-being of the citizens through the creation of innovation-driven enterprise, science, technology, and public health. So thank you very much for that amazing work that you are all doing. So I'm going to stop here so we can get into the activities. I really want to express my deepest appreciation to all the people that are participating here, as Hector said, our corporate partners, all the mentors that, in such a magnificent way provide and share that knowledge and that expertise with all our teams, okay? So thank you so much. Special hi to my mommy that is always here supporting me. And, let's get on with the demo day for Generation 13.
Let's hear it one more time for Lucy Crespo. A little bit of a technical difficulty.
Aprendido. Okay, so thank you, Lucy and Hector, for those inspiring words. And once again, welcome to the P18 Gen 13 Demo Day. My name is Bianca Corujo, Ventures Manager at Parallel 18, and I'll be your host tonight alongside Jessica Fontanes, our investment analyst. So as mentioned previously, we're going to be seeing 18 startups with a dedicated founders full of energy, ready to pitch their solutions.
Hello, everyone. Today, as you listen to all the pitches, you might be taking pictures and uploading videos. Remember to use the hashtag P18 Demo Day and to tag Parallel 18 startups so that we can share in the moment with you. Before we start, on behalf of everyone in Parallel 18 and all the founders, we want to give a huge thanks to all the mentors that make the program possible. Without your commitment to this program, we wouldn't be able to achieve everything that we have achieved thus far.
Also, we want to take a moment to thank our corporate partners. Your trust and support is invaluable, so thank you for supporting our startups and our vision.
Now, let's talk prizes. At the end of the pitches, we're gonna be presenting the Give Back Award. This distinction is for the startup that impacted the most the entrepreneurial community here in Puerto Rico through mentorships, speaking opportunities, among other things. And this Give Back Award is a $1,000 cash prize. Very exciting.
Next up, we invite you to scan the QR code behind us. Here you will find the information on the P18 Gen 13 startups, but most importantly, how to contact them. So we'll give you a few seconds while you scan right here. Okay, I see a lot of phones up. Let me know when you guys are done.
Give us a round of applause when you're finished scanning the QR code, please, so we know when to keep going.
Okay, see some phones. You guys ready? Okay, Let's go to the next one.
Super. Now, let's start. Today, you will be seeing 18 pitches, 4 minutes each with no Q&A. So if you have any questions for the founders, remember, there will be a networking event after, and they have a space in the table on your right. Right.
So another important detail is that we're making this event accessible. So for the hearing impaired community, for those of you here, we have a provided sign language interpreter. And a second detail is that once the startups are here, please be mindful of the noise so we can respect their time on stage. And yes, that also includes putting your phones on vibration.
Thank you for the reminder, Bianca. And the team is going to enforce the sound. There are various team members with signs that will be there to tell you to pay attention to the pitches or to applause. So please keep an eye on the team. And then let's get to the first pitch. This first startup is an AI work browser for companies across industries. It keeps work and professional identities separate, protecting company data and keeping information safe within your enterprise environment. DME Network.
Let's break the ice.
Let's go! So before I start, 5 months already we spent with all these amazing co-founders here. So yeah, it's gonna be an amazing time, and very happy to share my company and your companies with all of you and the Correios and the people here and my startup specialist. Okay, let's go. So, hey, I'm Juan Oliva. Today, I'm gonna talk about the most used application for the enterprise in the world, the web browser. This application that we use daily to get our jobs done, right? So SaaS, cloud, and AI transform how we work. We move from desktop applications to the cloud, right? And this is an amazing tech, but it has a price. And that price is that the browser is the #1 attack surface for all companies in the world. So the problem is that we are mixing work identities with personal identities, and that creates multiple points of failure. So think about it. We spend 90% of our time working on a web browser, a consumer tool made for watching videos, ads, and watching Netflix, right? So it's not a tool for work. And this creates a black box for your company, and basically the security depends on each one of you not clicking that phishing email, that wrong PDF, and compromising your work identity. Just one click away of hackers of getting your username and password. So the solution is simple. Build a browser made just for work. Reduce attack surface, and how we do that? By organizing all the application in one place, by protecting every click and every data that your company owns, and the most important, by helping your security and IT teams to make this job easy. So security doesn't depend on you anymore. So today, if we think about every single company that need a browser to get their job done, we are looking at a $120 billion market and growing. So we are a global company attacking a global problem on a global market. So how do we become a category leader, right? We charge $10 per month per user, so we only need 2,800 companies to reach 100 million AR. And with that, what we all want to become, a unicorn, right? So we are not alone in the industry. There are amazing players, but we are the outliers. We believe they got one thing wrong, and that is depending on one cloud provider. We are the first to market to be 100% cloud agnostic, and that means that, for example, today when Cloudflare was down and nobody has their application up, we were working. Our customers were using the browser, they were happy, and this flexibility also allows us to win on pricing. I will tell you a secret. If I charge $1, I'm still making money. So we shipped commercial 8 months ago. Since that, we have 100K booked AR, but we are about to double that thanks to Parallel 18 because we got an amazing connection to our friends of Liberty Latam. So they are looking to protect their work identity. They are looking to protect their employees and their third-party contractors, and we are the platform helping them to achieve that. So we're a team of 7 people. I'm very happy with my team and what we have achieved. I'm not going to tell you that we are the best in the world, but we are. But how we can prove that? Because our customers are happy. They are really pushing the solution. And again, when AWS was down 3 weeks ago, guess what? We were not down. We were operating, and all our customers were still operating. So I believe we can go, or we can get 10 times more than what we have done today. So for this reason, we are raising a seed round of $1.4 million. We have around halfway already committed. That will help us to accelerate go-to-market, to accelerate product development, and make 4.2 million ARR in the next 2 years. So I will leave you with one last thought, so you can remember me. There will be a personal browser that will have your credit card, your buying history, and agents for life. And there will be a work browser optimized for teamwork, for accessing and managing applications, and agents as colleagues. We are building that second browser. We are building DME network, and we invite you all to connect with us and be part where we turn a category leader in the industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, DME. That was a great start. Now, coming up next is a platform revolutionizing how short-term rentals and boutique hotels are managed. By property managers, for property managers, let's give it up for Hospitry.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rodrigo Lloveras, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Hospitry, the new and innovative operating system for short-term rental management. Property helps property owners and property managers reduce their operational workload by 60% and increase revenue by 20%. The way that we do this is by synchronizing a full tech stack solution plus a human expert support team whenever needed. A little bit about us. Alexi Tavares and I, my co-founder, are second-time founders of a physical property management company located in Puerto Rico, where we manage over 60 million real estate assets, all under short-term rentals, knowing and meaning that we know the back-end and front-end issues of this industry very well. Here's a little quick insight of how things look on a day-to-day before we developed Hospitry, from unsynchronized tools such as booking, payments, etc., and now how everything looks like after we developed Hospitry to act as the central nucleus of all the data that we process and becoming our day-to-day operational hub. Now, we realize that we're not alone in this market. The short-term rental industry is $150 billion, growing at 11% year over year, and our expected target market is the US, Caribbean, and Europe, representing $53 billion, with our goal of reaching just 3% of that in the next 5 to 7 years. Now, more importantly than how big the market is, our competitors are scattered. From being full service provider to tailored tools, Hospitry differentiates themselves by becoming the first hybrid model, stepping right in between these two huge markets. And more importantly, our market audience is 80%, which are operators that have 1 to 10 listings, are underserved, do not have the quality, time, or resources to be able to go and compete against enterprise levels. Now, here's a little quick insight of how and what we've been up to in building for these users in the past couple months. Starting with the Today dashboard, they'll have a quick insight of their Today task list. Our synchronized calendar that connects all of our trusted partners, such as Airbnb, Booking, Marriott, and many more to come. Our operation dashboard, that is a synchronized database of all the tasks related to maintenance, cleaning, inspection, eliminating WhatsApp groups. And our financial dashboard that creates full transparency and support for all the income across all platforms. And what's up next? Our AI operating system that is not only going to act as a chatbot, answer questions, and analyze data, but it's actually going to give actual recommendations and provide action items based on human inputs. Now, because in the hospitality industry, software alone isn't enough, we go beyond that by providing you with your own dedicated virtual property manager, an in-house revenue management team, and a 24/7 guest communication team. Now, since we launched and onboarded our first user in April 2025, just 6 months ago, we have more than 100 properties registered in our system. We've generated more than $2 million in revenue for our users. And through our marketing efforts, we have more than 500 qualified inbound leads representing 3,000 active listings, meaning we have a lot of work to do to onboard these users. So because we build a hybrid platform, we also charge a hybrid business model, charging a $45 to $65 software subscription fee, plus an 8% net transaction fees on all the reservations that we manage through all our trusted partners. In 2026, we want to triple what we have successfully done in 2025 by reaching 300 active listings and getting to $1 million annual recurring revenue. The way that we're going to do this is we're currently open 2 weeks ago a safe round of $500,000. Budget is going to be split between product development, AI enhancement, marketing, and sales. And we're excited to mention that we already count with our first round of investors. We have commitments from other seed rounds and venture funds. There's still room for other potential investors to join us. So if you're interested in talking to us, we'll be right over there on the table. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hospitry. This next startup is on a mission to reinvent solar energy for millions of households and small businesses that traditional rooftop systems have left behind. No permits, no electricians, or rooftop access required. Give us light, Raya Power.
Hola, hola. My name is Nicole Gonzalez. I'm co-founder of Raya Power, and we started Raya with one simple belief, that the power of the sun should be accessible for everyone, no exceptions. Over 80% of the US are low and middle income, and with rising electricity prices and grid instability, they're left vulnerable. This is a massive unserved majority by energy solutions today. What about rooftop solar? Well, traditional rooftop solar is really a construction project reserved for homeowners. It involves high costs, it involves permitting, timelines that drag on, complex interconnections. It's just not a simple system. And in contrast, small battery backups and generators promise peace of mind, but in reality, they come with high electricity costs per kilowatt hour. They have loud noises, short power durations, fumes, and at the end of the day, don't have easy integration either. Raya, on the other hand, is different. Now imagine what if it was as simple to bring solar and storage home as going out and buying a new appliance or getting an IKEA table for your home. We at Raya are trying to make that a reality. And what makes Raya different is not just our technology, it is our process. So we spent hundreds of hours listening to people, researching, prototyping with renters, small businesses across the board to design solar that is simple, transparent, and finally human-centered. Introducing Raya Power, solar that works for you. In contrast to traditional systems, we install in a couple hours, and we don't push energy back into the grid. We connect directly up to your critical appliances. When the sun is out, we charge up your battery, we power those critical appliances directly, and then at night or on a cloudy day, we're able to switch to storage and blend in the grid as necessary. Then if an outage hits, we're able to seamlessly switch to off-grid mode and make sure that you see no interruption to the things that matter to you, like your refrigerator, your Wi-Fi, charging your phone. There's no structural changes needed to your home, no complex wiring, no loud generator noises, just simple, clean, quiet power that works for you every day and that can save you up to $600 a year. So how is that possible? Well, that is where our novel modular solar and storage appliance comes in. So we have developed these all-in-one modular pods. They're compact, durable, and designed to fit in your backyard, your patio, your driveway, even your roof if you want. They're about 5 feet by 4 feet, and it's a seamless patent-pending design that includes everything. We're not mounting anything else in your home. You start with 3 of these, and that's perfect for your criticals, for your refrigerator, for daily cooling. And then you can expand that platform modularly according to your needs. We also have custom software that allows you to track your savings, your usage, and then we can push in insights to make sure that the system is working best for you. The market for this technology is massive. We're excited to expand across Puerto Rico and the US. We have the potential to expand across the Caribbean and Latin America. And we're currently exploring go-to-market channels, including direct-to-consumer. We already have $1.3 million in commitments from solar installers through those distribution channels and $54,000 in sales through philanthropic channels to get our systems to the people who need it most through organizations already working on the ground. Today, Raya systems are pre-assembled and installed locally, creating technical jobs and showing that Puerto Rico can be a model for distributed energy production. And so now that I've told you a little bit about Raya, let me tell you a little bit about us. My co-founder Megan and I share experience across engineering, design, business, and renewable energy. And we are backed by mission-aligned investors, including Banco Popular Impact Funds, and advised by startups like, or companies like Tesla and First Solar deep in the industry. We will be raising our seed round next year. We're excited for that. And also excited to announce that we have pre-sales, a limited number, available on our website. We're always looking for distribution, financing, and investment partners, so please come find us at the table and let's talk more. We are Raya Power, and the future of energy to us is very clear. Distributed solar within everyone's reach. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Raya Power. So now we want to present a platform that lets anyone launch an online bookstore with access to millions of titles. Buxel, tell us more about it.
Buenas, buenas. How are we doing tonight? I'm Lisandro, and today I'm here to talk about what we call our Shopify moment for an overlooked $100 billion market. 20 years ago, people thought that under Amazon's presence, Shopify would never surpass 50,000 stores. Today, by removing friction, they power over 5 million businesses. We believe we have a similar opportunity for the books industry because first, print is still growing 4% every year. On top of that, we now see individuals engaging audiences and handling marketing themselves. So just like Shopify, if we're able to remove the friction, we can allow influencers, educators, niche experts, and others to compete and grow the current market size. And we know this out of our own experience. My co-founder, Carlos, shout out, has sold over 200,000 books, becoming one of the largest online bookstores for Latinos and Hispanics. And so we know a couple things. One is that you cannot out-warehouse Amazon, but you can out-curate it if you have a community. And two, we also know that warehouse operations, web development, and startup costs create risky moats for this opportunity. So that's why we launched Booksell, a first-in-class e-commerce automation platform to sell physical books online. We aggregate the largest book distributors in the world, and we connect them to Shopify and other e-commerce platforms, allowing you to sell without ever handling inventory and only paying after you receive an order. Again, it's all about removing friction. You can go from business idea to functioning store in minutes. Once you receive an order, you just request fulfillment, and we handle the rest. And you can even delegate customer service, so you can only focus on building your community. The book industry is surprisingly outdated. While some companies have tried to tackle this in the past, we offer 10 times more commissions than Amazon affiliates, while providing a fully branded experience you can set up in minutes. We make money through a combination of subscription plans and transaction fees, going from 10 to 40% commissions, and including a 30-day free trial. And momentum is real. Last month, we launched our Shopify app, and as of today, our booksellers have sold over 4,000 books for a total of $90,000 in revenue. Our unit economics are looking strong. We're ready to scale with a solid growth engine. And on the product side, we're not stopping either. First, we're working on our proprietary storefront that will allow us to offer a free forever tier, removing Shopify's cost and learning curve. We're also making our product available via API and code snippets, accessing corporate customers with larger and recurring traffic. And finally, we are automating our booksellers' marketing workflows so we can help them sell faster and grow sooner. Now, these are ambitious goals, but there's a team of second-time founders and 7 professionals working to make this happen. And that's why we're also raising a $600,000 seed round that will allow us to reach 6,000 booksellers in the next 18 months. With your support, we envision a future where online stores are simply run by themselves. So you can build on your passion, and we can handle the rest. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Next in line is a powerful bilingual performance assessment platform for dual-lingual schools that uncovers the students' aptitudes, tracks their growth, and equips schools and district leaders with data needed to help students shine. Class, let's hear it.
Hi, oops, I'm Dr. Rocio Rania. Wait, I'm missing one slide. It's okay. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm Dr. Rocio Rania, co-founder and CEO of Plast, which is a bilingual literacy assessment platform that aims to transform the literacy experience for bilingual and multilingual children. I'm also a researcher and the mom of 3 bilingual kids who were once English learners. And when they started school, I realized that all assessment materials were in English only, designed for idealized monolingual speakers. Our kids, who are bilingual and multilingual, were being assessed with solutions that ignored half, at best, of their abilities. And when they underperformed, guess what? We gave them more English-only solutions to fix their problem instead of allowing them to use all their bilingual abilities like we do with monolingual kids. And my kids are not alone. Actually, 25% of school-age children in the US speak Spanish at home, but schools lack adequate bilingual solutions to properly measure their language and literacy development. This generates unreliable data that leads to uninformed decision-making, puts effective programs at risk, and in the long term, it reduces economic and academic opportunities for our children. BLAST changes that. We have built the first truly bilingual literacy assessment platform that uncovers student strengths, tracks their growth over time, and equips school and district leaders with the data needed to make informed decisions. What makes it impactful is not just the technology, it's the change in perspective. With BLAST, educators no longer see home language as a barrier. They see it as an asset, as a foundation for growth. And kids see themselves reflected in our game-based assessments for the very first time. How powerful is that? BLAST is bilingual, scalable, and it's not just AI-ready. It's AI-forward. We are building the first culturally responsive AI models trained on real bilingual data, something no one else is doing. And it's working. Schools that use BLAST see an average growth of 30% in bilingual and biliteracy skills across the school year, thanks to the detailed reports that we provide. And thanks to this, we are gaining more and more traction. Our first district in Virginia just renewed their contract for the third year in a row. Here in Puerto Rico, we have expanded to 12 schools and counting, and across the US, we have reached more than 6,000 kids. We charge $24 per child per year for access to annual bilingual assessments and our data platform with results, recommendations, and parental reports. And all this thanks to a team that has been working together, thanks to the support of institutions such as the National Science Foundation and Parallel 18 this year, among others. And in order to keep the momentum that we're seeing and that we're having and to accelerate our growth, we are raising $500,000 that we plan to invest mostly on sales and customer retention over the next 2 years to reach our next milestone. Thank you, and I'm gonna leave you also with one thought. We can use AI to continue to invest in AI that is modeled on monolingual data, or we can choose to invest in AI that's modeled on bilingual data from our kids, and that actually has the potential to change their future and make it brighter in economic and academic terms. And the decision is really ours, so it's up to you guys to decide. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, the upcoming solution gives a one source of truth for hospital teams to let them know when to buy, repair, or retire equipment. It's capital planning made smart. Equiply, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Oscar, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Equiply. Equiply is an ERP to control and manage spend on medical equipment across hospitals and healthcare systems. Today, there's a $20 billion capital blind spot when controlling this, and healthcare facilities and hospitals alike are managing this spend across spreadsheets, siloed systems, and outdated workflows that have led them to spend a lot of money and erode their capital with emergency rentals, wasted in equipment that shouldn't be repaired, and this is impacting their margins in a time where it's more important than ever for hospitals to control that. And we've all seen hospitals go bankrupt in Puerto Rico and across the United States, and we're seeing this problem be scaled more and more with M&A activity up 45% in healthcare facilities in the US. And that's why we built Equiply. Equiply is the layer to control and manage spend across your medical equipment. We are bringing data from 3 key systems, your computerized maintenance management systems, your EHRs, and your procurement softwares, all into one self-contained platform to be able to execute and control every dollar that you're spending on your medical equipment. And we do this with a data analytics engine. We are analyzing all your equipment across your facilities, highlighting equipment that's old, equipment that needs to be replaced, and highlighting unmet needs across facilities for them to be able to execute upon them. And with that, we run workflows and have a number of tools on top of this data to be able to plan, approve, and purchase all in one structured workflow. And every decision, as we care about the finances of the hospitals and we're watching out for them not to go through bankruptcies, we back every decision when we're investing in a replacement and when we're investing in a repair with actual financial data from the hospitals to make sure that things are not only clinically, from a clinical engineering perspective, justified, but also justified from a financial perspective. And we're live. We're part of the Mayo Clinic Innovation Exchange. We have a number of partners here in Puerto Rico. Our first pilots were launched here in the island, and now we have 300K that is converting from pilots into full service contracts, closing in Q1 of 2026. And with that transition we're going into mid-market healthcare systems, focusing on 3 to 8 hospitals, which is on the smaller side. Typically, we engage with VPs of supply chain, VPs of ops, and finance alike, and with an average contract value of 50K per hospital. And that's not our only monetization strategy. Outputs of the platform need financing, and we can identify group purchasing opportunities from where we both get a commission from those transactions that happen as an output of the platform. And we're building to own the full stack of equipment spent across the US with our subscription agreement and with the output of the platform that we charge a fee. We're setting out to be at an average contract value of 200K per hospital, and with just a third of rural hospitals across the US, we're setting out to reach $135 million in revenue. And we've done our homework, we've been in the industry, and no platform connects capital planning and spend management like we do. The platform is not built for tracking or for executing an acquisition of a device. It's more meant for strategy for the systems. Myself, I'm a healthcare systems engineer from Hopkins. My co-founder is a software engineer, previously working at JP Morgan, and we have the domain and technical expertise to tackle this $6 billion market. We just closed a $1.3 million round during the summer. That's what we raised in total. And now we're aiming to raise our seed round in the Q2 of 2026. And if you know any Puerto Ricans out there in the US that are working in the healthcare industry, we're more than happy to engage with them and help us keep on scaling. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Equiply. Next is a platform that transforms scientific research with an AI-enhanced management system that unifies every stage of the research pipeline for faster, smarter, and more scalable studies. AIMS Innovation, let's hear it.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Allison Curry. I am a professor at the University of Pennsylvania and co-founder of AIMS Innovations, and we are here to end the patchwork era of research operations. When my colleagues and I became scientists, we had this dream that we were going to be spending our precious time changing the world with our discoveries. Instead, we spend most of our time wrestling with disconnected tools and very inefficient processes. So this leads to more costly studies, they're slower, and we get less science per dollar. And this is all at the time where research funding basically buys us half of what it did a generation ago. So just as Canvas revolutionized education and Salesforce sales, AIMS Innovation is here to transform participant-based research with the first AI-enhanced research management system that unifies the entire research pipeline for faster, smarter, and more scalable studies. AI assists in survey and interview design so that you can create surveys in minutes instead of weeks, all under one HIPAA-compliant platform where you can manage your studies, manage your participants, and communicate with your team. Our multilingual conversational AI assistants will autonomously screen, survey, and engage with participants, hundreds of participants at a time, in 30+ languages across various communication channels. AI assists in data cleaning, data harmonization, and analysis. And finally, in our dissemination engine, researchers can share their findings back with participants and create publication-ready reports. At the heart of our go-market strategy is academic researchers and researchers in medical hospitals who are conducting participant-based research. They will buy our SaaS platform for $4,800 and typically bring about 2 team members with them for a total of $14K at 85% gross margin. Then we expect about a half of these to conduct a conversational AI project that's an add-on at about $50,000 per year at 90% gross margin. These researchers then become our champions. They invite us for scientific presentations, they spread the word, and they onboard us as vendors at their institution, where we can then execute our land and expand strategy across the research institution. So if we just look at R1 universities and major hospital systems in the US, there are about 130 to 180,000 researchers for a near-term TAM of $6.4 billion. We're happy to say that we're launching this week, and as of this morning, we have $420,000 in contracts, and this says 40, but as of this morning, to 420,000 contracts and commitments with elite institutions. This includes Johns Hopkins, who's #1 in research funding and has already requested single sign-on, University of Washington at #3, Penn at #5, and Harvard at 13. We're also in enterprise-level discussions with 3 of the major hospital systems in the US. At this point, we'll then move into researchers at other institutions and our secondary markets, and then on the global stage, which we will be able to scale easily because of our multilingual capabilities and because of the scarcity of resources on the global research stage. Our team has a collective 6 decades of experience conducting research programs, sales experience, and we have global leaders in AI development, advisory, and business optimization. So whether you're a researcher looking to end the patchwork, an investor who's interested in high-margin SaaS with enterprise traction, or a partner that wants to help build the research infrastructure in Puerto Rico or Latin America, we'd love to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ames. Now for our next pitch, it's a modular electronic warfare payload that fuses spectrum and cyber operation real-time control. So Iterra, please come on up and tell us more about it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Soto Nieves. I'm CEO and founder of Iterra Solutions, and we are building Phantom Pulse, an electronic warfare system that classifies and detects spectrum operations right on the edge. Our mission is simple. Give the operator the spectrum dominance they never had before. Let me just walk you through what it is. Just imagine a patrol walking through contested environment. Suddenly, a hostile drone and unknown RF emitters are approaching by. Phantom Pulse detects that radio frequencies, process on the edge, and notifies the operator within seconds. That real-time awareness allows the operator to make data-driven decisions when it matters the most, at the tactical edge. But there is a problem. Right now, legacy systems can keep up with the pace. They're heavy, bulky, slow to reconfigure, and often stuck on vehicles. Meanwhile, drones and RF links are modernizing faster than ever before. And the worst case is that operators closest to the threat don't have portable, appropriate SDR tools to operate. They're doing it in the blind. And that is why we built Phantom Pulse, an electronic software-defined system that detects and classifies RF signals right on the edge. And it's built in a modular open system architecture so waveforms can be added between hours, not months. And our roadmap is going to include denial effects, jamming, and tactical link exploitation. Currently, our adversaries are progressing, and the fiscal year 2026 funding has grown up to $6.1 billion, specifically focusing on electronic warfare and counter-UAS systems. Our market is large. It's around $35 billion, but what matters the most is that accessible part. Right now, there are $50 million available through pilots and demonstrations. Our landscape is growing, but it's built by primes. They have large systems, bulky, and software-first startups are just distributing sensors. Phantom Pulse is different. It's a software-defined electronic device that detects and classifies and deliver decisive effects right at the edge. Right now, since we started operations since February 2025, we have generated $380,000 between services and non-diluting grants. Meanwhile, while Phantom Pulse progress, we expect to grow to $5 million by 2028, driven by pilot contracts and demonstrations. We are a mission-driven team with delivery engineering. Myself, I led multi-billion-dollar classified projects at Microsoft, serving the Marine Corps Special Operations and the intelligence community. We built Phantom Pulse, we have lived those missions. Currently, we are considering raising $1 million to advance our denial effects, jamming and drone link takeover that is scaled from situation awareness sensor to an electronic warfare payload that delivers decisive effects. At Itera, we believe the next war will be won by big systems. It will be by those modular and small ones. And Itera is that next step. Please go and join us in conquering the spectrum frontier. Thank you.
Thank you, Itera. Now, we want to bring up a startup that transforms industrial training using AI to convert standard operating procedures, SOPs, into short, engaging video modules. All the way from Brazil, SmartHow.
Saludo, Puerto Rico. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the time here. Hi, everyone. I'm Silva, one of the founders of SmartHow, a Brazilian company. And I want to start this presentation with a short experience that we had with one of our clients in Brazil. At the beginning of this year, we went to ArcelorMittal facility. For those that don't know who they are the largest steel producer in the world. And we were talking with a director there, and he mentioned this phrase that I couldn't stop to think about it. He literally said that they produce more audits than steel. And remember, they are the largest steel producer in the world. How that could be possible? Must have a reason for that. And the reality is, manufacturers became less efficient and more bureaucratic during the time. Manufacturers spend too much time, money, and attention in audits to get some certifications, but they forget about the people, the key part of the process. Actually, this happens until machines breaks down and nobody knows how to fix it. So where's Rodriguez? Because he's the only one that knows how to fix it. And then we see that manufacturers still rely on three big problems. The first one, the critical knowledge about our processes is all trapped in the experienced workers who's been in the company for 30 years, just like Rodriguez. But now, when they retire, we lose all that know-how. The regulatory demand is growing faster than our procedures. We look to our SOPs, they are outdated, lengthy, and totally not practical. It's more about regulatory demands. And the word of mouth dominates our training process, increasing human errors and vulnerability in the execution. With our experience, we had applied AI as the biggest opportunity for these problems, and we just discovered that SmartHow is the missing piece of this chess. Let's see how it works. Inside the platform, the AI can interview Rodriguez, and we can generate any type of documentation. In this case, might be a SOP, showing how we can fix the machine. Improve our procedures based on the industry standards with AI agents. Once we have a new requirement from FDA, for example, we can already audit our procedures and look for gaps automatically with our compliance checker. And finally, standardize it through AI-edited videos for better training the new generation. Imagine being able to transform that reading procedure into a video format. That can be a hybrid version showing the real shop floor, or it can be even synthetic one to share best practice across facilities. And of course, I'm not the only one in this journey. Gabriel Gonçalves is also a founder too, and now the whole team has 11 people. We started in a small town in Minas Gerais, my state in Brazil. Currently, we achieve 28 facilities through all Brazil, Latin America, and now US market. All these global leaders, including the largest steel producer now, are reaping the rewards of what they previously planted with SmartHow because we have presence in all their operations. And we are now looking for strategic partners. If you work in a manufacturer, we would love to know more about your reality, or even if you are an investor in the industry, we are planning to fundraise early next year. And remember this, if you want to become smart, we are Hal. Welcome to SmartHow.
Thank you, Smart How. Okay, guys, so we're halfway done already, and now we're going to hear about a digital trust as a service provider with a platform that provides digital identity and signatures, paperless transactional trust, and compliance, eliminating fraud for regulated industries and governments. Tell us more, DTI.
Hi guys, my name is Urayoan Camacho. I'm a proud Marine Corps veteran and the president of Digital Trust International Enterprises. We're bringing you today something that the internet always needed but never had, a new standard for digital confidence and trust. Every 28 seconds, an identity is stolen. Every 5 minutes, a deepfake attack is done. AI replicas do everything, pictures, movies, whatever, and no one tells the difference. Digital forgeries of documents, 244%. So your medical records, your university records, everything can be forged, even your IDs. And AI implementations, over 80% are insecure or have no total implementation. And digital identity in AI is the biggest challenge right now. This is simple. The internet was built in connections, not trust or security. And why it's optional? Ask any of the entrepreneurs here how much cost, time, and money it takes. The consequences could be brutal. You can lose your business, lawsuits, and your reputation. But don't you worry. Our 4 patents and technology get rid of all of those issues. This is our competition. They can either do a signature solution like DocuSign, secure access like Okta, a DigiCert PKI, highly regulated solution, or Salesforce for a smart city solution. As you can see, we do not only do everything they do, but we also provide compliance as a service because we want you to be in compliance as well. The competition, high cost, high complexity, and the implementation times is always magical. With us, it's all the contrary. This is very simple what we provide, an API suite in which we provide you a digital PKI signatures, paperless engine, trusted data exchange, secure access management, among other things. And this is for the developers and companies who want to build trust in their applications. Our products, here are 8, there are 4 or 5 more. We got e-notary system, a smart city system, age verification systems, compliance as a service, so on and so on. Now, let's put this into action. How many of you have gone to your insurance company, to a government agency, and they say, hey, guess what? We forgot a document. You need to submit me this information. Everything needs to be verified. Please come again 3 months later. With us, you will have the same app and the ID. It's a patented solution. And we even have a smart AI secure agent that will help you to do these transactions without fraud, guaranteeing your privacy rights as a citizen. And we do it with the highest standard. We are certified in the international level with ISO, SOC 2, and also you see that red one, that means that we are now implementing federal breach PKI, so the federal government guarantees that the digital identity we're providing, we can sell it to the federal government, DOD, and everyone. How we make money? Very simple. You are a lawyer, you're a professional. You just enter $4.99 per month, and you can start our service. And if you're an organization, you can start with $24.99. For implementators, PKI, or authentication, the user base is per transaction. It's been an exciting year. We're just launching and expanding in 2026 thanks to our Fluentis partnership to Europe, Latin America, and mainland US. And for national security purposes, we are now implementing in the Department of Public Safety this ID, which is the same that the military uses. So all of our first responders will be having our technology for their secure transactions in the field, in their computers, and everything they need to be identified. Our metrics, it's been a blessing. From $60,000 last year and no marketing, barely a website, We just broke the record of $1.5 million this year and 80,000 users to be launched in our next year, 2026, already signed. The timeline, December, we are launching our certification authority with the Federal Bridge. On January, we are launching our consolidated portal. And on March, we are launching our AI digital identity model for security and digital identity. We are looking for partners, insurance companies, government, anyone in the organization that needs trust, so we can become partners. Our team, myself, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I worked with the NSA many years ago. Jorge Aguilera, our master digital signer gunner, Joel Quiles in cybersecurity, Dr. Chase Cunningham, also worked in NSA and the Navy, Peter Medina, and Travis Jurgen, who works in adversarial machine learning. All of them mostly veterans and people who serve our country bravely. Feel free to contact us if you need anything. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, DTI. Super. So coming up next, we're switching to scientific. It's a startup that is aiming to transform the health and wellness through functional ingredients with RNA-based bioactives. Here to explain that innovative science, Cresco.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Carla Borini Tichetti, co-founder and COO of Cresco RNA Tech. And at Cresco, our mission is simple: improve quality of life and empower and innovate through our unique RNA-based ingredients. The wellness market is huge and growing fast, so differentiation becomes essential. Brands couldn't compete by offering the same product again and again. But history shows us that new ingredients could change everything. It happened with omega-3 or probiotics, and today the world is ready for the next big revolution. And at Cresco, we discovered the molecule behind it, bioactive RNA. Bioactive RNA are tiny molecules present in fresh food and botanicals. They were invisible to science for decades, but today we know that they play a fundamental role in well-being. However, industrialization destroyed this molecule before we can benefit. That's where Cresco comes in. We developed a proprietary method to preserve and stabilize these molecules, becoming the first company in the world to bring to the market RNA-based ingredients. Our business model is B2B. We supply ingredients for their use in supplements, cosmetics, and functional food and beverages. Clients could select our ready-to-market ingredient or request for new ones for specific wellness needs. We already have 3 ingredients validated in human volunteers: Dormo, Shuna, and Tika. And with our AI discovery platform, we could develop new ingredients in record time. And once developed, we accelerated the production in just 1 month, accelerating the launches and reducing R&D times and costs. In addition to this, our technology is efficient and scalable. Each $80,000 in CapEx, we could generate more than $3 million in annual revenue, reaching 80% of gross margin at industrial scale. The market waiting for us is huge, $50 billion opportunity. With RNA ingredients emerging as a new category, our ready-to-market ingredient could target $7 billion opportunity by 2030. Replacing traditional ingredients such as melatonin or hyaluronic acid. But, as I mentioned before, we could develop new ingredients in record time and an unlimited number of new ingredients, so giving us the opportunity to capture the whole market. Just to give you an example, with only one ingredient, we could generate more than $3 million in annual revenue with only one large client. And our current traction, including LOI of global players such as Nestlé, already validate our multi-billion-dollar potential. In just 3 years, we validated the science, the technology, and the business. Right now, we are ready to expand our commercial traction. And we can do it because our team combines expertise in RNA biology, cell biology, computer science, AI, and business strategy. We already raised $780,000 from top-tier biotech investor, and right now we are seeking $500K to expand our commercial traction, with a part of this already committed by an ongoing offer. And we will open our seed round in 2026 to set up our manufacturing facilities and bring to the market RNA-based ingredients. Because the future of wellness already exists in nature, Cresco is making it accessible to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Cresco. Now we want to bring up an AI-based solution that builds a B2B virtual try-on software and sells it to e-commerce to improve conversion rates. Please give a round of applause for Replica AI.
Hi everyone, I'm Jacopo. I'm the co-founder of Replica AI, and what we do is that we hyper-personalize your e-commerce experience. So I'll start from something that you might have already experienced. I definitely did. Let's say you are on Instagram, you're scrolling through some stories, you see an item of clothing that you really like, looks amazing on that model, you order it, it gets shipped to your home, you try it on, and it looks nothing like what you expected. Now, this is a problem for you and me, but it's also a problem for the industry. In fact, fashion e-commerce brands really are struggling online in the sense that their margins are much tighter than in physical stores in terms of conversion rates and returns rate. So where do we come in, and how do we help them and help you? So we plug in a software that we build within the client's e-commerce brands so that you can try on clothes by uploading a picture of yourself, and you can really see what you can expect once you buy something. We not only do a virtual try-on software, we also help brands personalize, for example, their marketing campaigns, so that when a new collection is, let's say, ready, so the new summer collection is ready, you receive an email with the pictures of yourself as the model. Where do we stand today? So we have about $290,000 in contract value. We launched with our first client, Friar Tuck's, in June, so at the beginning of the program. We also released a couple of updates in September and October, and now we're focusing on launching with Charles Stewart. We also have a strong short-term pipeline that we're focusing on closing in the Q1 of 2026. We're starting with the men formal wear market because we've seen a lot of traction in there, and we have quite a few connections, so that's where we're starting, but we'll be expanding to the whole fashion market. How do we make money? So we charge a SaaS fee. It really depends on how big or small the brand is. Just to give you an idea, so far the average is $90K, but again, if it's a small brand, it will be much less. If it's a larger brand, it will be even higher. In terms of the TAM, if we consider just the sum, in the US, it's already $1 billion, and if we consider the whole TAM, is $80 billion. In terms of where we stand out, so we're the first to market with all the solutions combined, in the sense there are some competitors that do virtual try-ons, there are some others that personalize email marketing, we do all combined. We use proprietary data for our models, so it's not just an open source model. And finally, it's a network effect, in the sense that if we work with client A and client B, and you sign up on client A and create your avatar, then it's already ready when you go to client B website. So me on the left, Reese in the middle focuses on product, and Francisco is our CTO. In terms of our competitors, we are only B2B. We are working on a fitting visualization technology. And finally, as I mentioned, we are the only ones doing the A to Z, so the full website replacement. So this is me. Feel free to connect on LinkedIn or try on the Friar Tuck's website. Thank you very much.
Super, thank you, Replica. This next startup is all about experiences. They have created an AI-enabled super platform that finds hyperlocal experiences through mobile apps, interactive kiosks, and API integration. Nirvana, let's go.
Good evening. My name is Abiodun Johnson, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before I jump into the technology. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee to immigrant parents, raised in Lagos, Nigeria by my grandmother until I returned back to Memphis at the age of 6, where I live with my mother and stepfather. And then I've also been shaped by many places across the world, across the US, like Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Hanover, New Hampshire, Dallas, Texas, New York, and now San Juan, Puerto Rico. So after a lifetime of moving, I realized the hardest part is not actually getting there, but feeling like belonging once you do get there. With each new place, I ask myself the same questions. Where are my people? And what's happening in the area that I actually care about? And today, travelers jump through apps trying to answer these questions. And Nirvana solves that by helping you feel like a local wherever you are in the world. Our flagship product is Nia, which is an AI discovery platform that curates events, experiences, and local businesses based on context and preferences. Because we believe you shouldn't have to jump through tens of apps to find something that really matters to you. With Nia, we make you feel local the moment you arrive. And our second product is an interactive kiosk that serves as a digital concierge in high-traffic places to basically help travelers put local content at their fingertips, and also as an acquisition channel for our Nia app. The market we're playing in is the personalized travel and experiences market, which really focuses on creating customized, data-centric experiences for travelers throughout their journey. The market represents a $198 billion opportunity, which shows the uptick in consumers demanding more hyper-personalized experiences and more immersive local experiences as well. So our go-to-market strategy involves creating distribution channels for our app through our partnership network. The first is we're partnering with airports to install our kiosk in high-traffic places. So this is rideshare areas, general waiting, and baggage claim. One, we're elevating the passenger experience, but as I said, we're driving eyeballs to our platform. And then next, we've built the affiliate program to help local influencers who are always tasked with the question of what to do nearby by tourists. So this includes vacation rental homeowners, rideshare drivers, people in hospitality, and basically we're creating a unique QR code that drives them to our app, and basically they get paid for any booked experiences. The past 5 months, we've installed 2 kiosks at JFK Airport in New York City. We've received great feedback from both the staff and travelers as we're connecting them to things to do in the city as they arrive. To date, we've seen over 5,000 sessions, with each session spanning around 1 minute and 30 seconds. And our business model is straightforward. We're charging $7,000 per kiosk, and we're doing revenue share from any advertising generated from the actual kiosk itself, as well as we're charging $5 per month for our AI chatbot. In addition, we're releasing an API that allows people to leverage our location-based service in their own technology, as well as commissions from booked experiences. So here's our competition. The 2 things to really focus on are the amount of data that we're aggregating and the personalization of that data for those experiences. Most of our competitors create generic travel experiences, static events, and one-off local immersions, but nobody really provides an AI-powered, highly personalized location intelligence platform. And here's the team. We have a strong team of technologies to take this to market. I myself, a 2-time engineer, a 2-time founder, Dartmouth engineer, experience building B2C products. My co-founder, Jay, who's in the crowd, has been coding since 13. He's worked at major corporations leveraging location-based service like Uber and Google. And then we have a strong team of advisors. And for our ask, we're getting ready to open our pre-seed round. We're looking for introductions to local people in the travel and tourism space as well. If you can think of Discover Puerto Rico, San Juan Cruise Ports, and also we're looking for people to join our affiliate program. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirvana. Now next up, a biotechnology company that develops natural biostimulant solutions that enhance plant performance through the activation of genetic and metabolic pathways, not synthetic hormones. I got my bottle today and I'm super excited. Medra Biotech, you got this.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Leiva. I am a co-founder and CEO of Medra Biotech, a Chilean startup focused on agriculture and plants' well-being. We all have a favorite fruit, right? For me, it's grapes. For my kids, strawberries have no competition. But I have bad news. Fruit prices are on the rise, mainly because production costs has raised to historical levels during the last 10 years. Water scarcity, climate change, and restriction to most effective agrochemicals and biostimulants are squeezing margins for growers. Agriculture, an industry that is losing $40 billion every year, where 80% of the farmers are not reaching their optimal yield. 25% of the fruit is lost before its harvest. In addition, 30% of most used agrochemicals and biostimulants will be banned shortly. And this is how fast the industry responds to increasing restriction. It takes up to 10 years to launch a new product to the market and 20 years to develop a new technology for biostimulants. This is why 50% of biostimulants sold by Bayer were acquired and not developed. We have good news, fruit lovers. In Medra Biotech, we have a new technology for biostimulants. Our proprietary technology is based in plant gene modulation, a technology that enhances plants' own metabolic system, allowing them to grow better quality fruit without affecting their health. All our products have a liquid formula, they are safe to use, they have all natural components and leave zero toxic residues on the fruit. And this is how our technology performs. These results were obtained by using Caru, our biostimulant, to increase fruit production. If we just consider the results obtained in grapes, we are talking about $2,000 additional in revenue per acre for growers. And this is how Caru comparing costs to a small close competitor. It only costs $300 per season to use Caru. It doesn't require an initial investment or any additional cost to use it. The global biostimulant market is growing at a 12% annual rate. The total market is $5.5 billion, and we are initially aiming to a market of $750 million that comprehends the Peruvian and Californian market. Agriculture is a high concentration industry, where 80% of the land is held by 20% of the growers. This means that we need only 10 clients of 600 acres to reach our initial 1 million in sales. This is our current traction. We have already covered 500 acres with product obligation. We have secured 1 deal of distribution and allocated over 1,000 liters in the Peruvian market. Now, we are targeting the American market, and we will not only go for agriculture, we're including home and garden, a highly attractive opportunity identified here in Puerto Rico together with Parallel 18, a market where we can have sales the whole year. The average price is attractive for us, and we can raise our direct margin up to 500% per concentrated liter. Today, we have 3 products based in our technology, 2 products for agriculture, Antu and Caru, and our newest product, Quintu, that will be launched into the market here in Puerto Rico within this year. Behind every great project, there is a great team. We have a group of motivated people with different backgrounds, supported by our technical team, our board and advisors, and our key alliances that includes ATO Ventures. We are raising $500,000 to reach the following milestones: to grow in sales with Quintu, to secure 1 deal of distribution here in the US, and to put 10,000 units of sales. We invite you to join us to improve the way we produce food and treat plants. Goodbye.
Excellent, thank you, Medra. All right, so our next P18er is an AI-powered communication platform that helps mid-market purchasing teams centralize supplier conversations and organize vendor data. Supply us with your pitch, Supply Veins.
Saludo. My name is Charles Masters Rodriguez, co-founder and CEO of Supply Veins. My journey into supply chain challenges began during my time in the military, where I served as an Army engineer diver. As a dive officer in charge, one of my jobs was to keep a fleet of trucks maintained in order to move our dive equipment anywhere around the world. But the parts procurement process was a nightmare. Supplier miscommunications and shipping delays were constant roadblocks. As an officer, I bore the responsibility of ensuring my team had what they needed. Every delay wasn't just inconvenient, it was a direct failure to keep my team mission ready. Every auto parts manufacturer and distributor in this country suffers from the exact same problem, and their purchasing teams struggle every day to stay above water. I experienced this firsthand, scaling an auto parts distribution company from my Miami apartment to multiple warehouse locations. And as I did this and talked to my manufacturers, I noticed we all had the same problems. Out of the 30,000 auto parts suppliers in the US, 20,000 in Latin America, and 5 million worldwide, most still use inefficient procurement tools for purchasing, such as endless email chains, outdated Excel spreadsheets, and complicated ERP systems, costing the industry over $35 billion annually in supply chain inefficiencies. And it doesn't have to be that way. That's why we built Supply Veins, the fastest, easiest, and most intuitive procurement platform for all your purchasing needs. Now you can track every purchase order you've ever made, from a can of WD-40 you ordered 3 years ago, to a pallet of car batteries hitting the factory floor next week. Here's how it works. First, we capture supplier-buyer communications through our email integrations, Gmail or Outlook. Then we analyze these conversations and basically point out any flaws or critical issues. Then we visualize this information using business intelligence dashboards. And then we empower purchasing teams to act on this information so they can make better economic decisions. This creates end-to-end visibility from purchase order to delivery. We make money by charging buyers a monthly subscription depending on the capabilities they want. For SMBs, it's $500 a month. For mid-market, $2,000. And for enterprise, it's $5,000 above, depending on what kind of custom capabilities and system integrations they want. In terms of the competition, we're built different because we're communications first, and we're very easy and fast to onboard. Unlike our competitors, such as SAP or Ariba, who drag you through this painful 2-year onboarding process, with Supply Veins, you can onboard in 10 minutes for half the cost. And the market is massive, $60 million in the US, $3 billion in US and Latin America, and $40 billion worldwide when it comes to supply chain software. And the market is growing at an impressive 43% compound annual growth rate. We just closed our first 12-month contract, and we expect to close our 7 active pilots, which would put us at $200,000 annual recurring revenue by the end of the year, forecasting $1 million annual recurring revenue by the end of 2026, and then $10 million annual recurring revenue by the end of 2027. In terms of the go-to-market, we're sticking with what we do best, which is direct sales in the automotive and fleet, then going into partnerships and integrations, and then moving into organic product-led growth within different verticals. We're already closing deals with some of the biggest players in the game. We just got back from an on-site visit for a tier 1 manufacturer for Toyota, where we have a pending $60,000 annual contract, and tomorrow we have our first enterprise Fortune 500 demo. In terms of the team, we're a bunch of veterans, gearheads, and technologists who are obsessed with solving this problem. I graduated from West Point, 2-time founder, and I'm an expert in supply chain. Our CEO, Joe, holds a degree in communications and is a former Army Logistics ex-special operations officer. Our CTO, Yvonne, has a degree in computer science and has solved some of the toughest problems for Google as a software engineer. Currently, we're raising $1.25 million to close 100 mid-market customers. We have $150K committed, and we're already backed by Techstars and Loyal VC. So if you're interested in investing in the space, if you know some potential customers for us, or if you just want to talk supply chain, please let's connect. With that, thank you, and please join the next generation of supply chain intelligence with Supply Veins.
Thank you, Supply Veins. Now, this next startup connects international students with universities abroad, helping them discover the best fit universities, submit stronger applications with personalized guidance, and apply directly to multiple universities, all from one platform. It's time to shine borderless.
Hello, right, just a few left. Hi everyone, my name is Veronica and I'm building Borderless. It's the easiest way to find, prepare, and apply to universities abroad. Let's start with my own story. On the left picture, it's 2008. I'm attending a public middle school in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. I do not speak a word of English and I have never traveled abroad. A few years later, I'm graduating from New York University with a degree in engineering and over $300,000 in scholarships. How? Studying abroad. It has completely changed my life. Yet applying abroad for me and millions of other internationals is nearly impossible. The problem is, our high schools don't have college guidance counselors who understand international admissions. As a result, we have to do this all by ourselves, so we spend more than 2 years preparing, taking tests, applying, reapplying, yet the rejection rate of international students at top colleges is still 96%. And because of this extremely difficult process, out of 254 million students in the world, only 2.6 are currently studying abroad. This opportunity is way too exclusive and inaccessible. Our solution is Borderless. an end-to-end AI-powered platform for international students that helps them apply to any college abroad. This is how it works. On the platform, students can get personalized university and scholarship recommendations based on their profile. They then get personalized AI guidance through every single step of the process, which includes helping you review your college essays, extracurricular activities, or guidance with your letters of recommendation. And as the last step, we provide direct application into any university in the world, all through one platform. Instead of filling out many different forms and getting lost, you click a button and you're done. And this is how we make money. Our platform is completely free for all students because we really want to make education accessible. And we monetize through a very established student placement business model where universities pay us between $1,000 and $5,000 as a commission for each enrolled student. And we already have both sides of the marketplace. We have over 5,000 qualified students from 165 countries who are actively applying through our platform. And on the university side, we have over 2,000 partners in countries like United States, UK, Canada, Australia, and multiple countries in Europe. But the main thing is that students love Borderless. This shows through our 20% weekly active user growth that was all achieved organically through either social media or simple word of mouth. And the students spend on average 26 minutes engaging with our platform. Our competitors are study abroad agencies and platforms. But the problem is they are extremely biased and very manual because it's a human who's filling out your application. One such agent on average partners with about 30 universities. So as a student, that's the only choices that you get. It's not fair. Borderless is AI native, global, and transparent. So instead of shoving the option into the student that they don't want, we're focused on finding the truly best fit university that would make them happy and help them succeed in life. And this works. We've already helped students get into many different universities, including the Ivy Leagues. And some of our students have gotten full scholarships worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this really matters to us because our entire team are all former international students who struggled with this ourselves, and then we made our way to top schools abroad. Our skills combine college counseling, software engineering, and social media, so we can both build and distribute the product within a very small team. But we're not just building a college application platform. Our vision is to build a global talent mobility platform. We're starting with education, but as our students mature, we will be there to support them through the next step, which is career abroad, and then even life abroad. That could be visas, relocation support, taxes, residencies. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. It is always painful, but this is exactly how we want to achieve our global vision, to build a borderless world where anyone can go anywhere to realize their full potential, and where not just talent, but also opportunity is distributed equally. Thank you.
Great job, Borderless. Okay, so our penultimate presentation is an all-in-one management system that enhances corporate training and knowledge management through customizable technology, instructional design, and content production. Let's hear about it. Tuto.
Thank you, Jessica. Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Marie, the founder of Tuto, the easiest way to launch, manage, and monetize your online academy. Many companies spend thousands of dollars on learning platforms, but then they realize they don't have the time or the people to create meaningful courses. So the platform stays empty, and their dream online academy never comes to life. That's what we call the empty platform problem. It's frustrating for managers and costly for businesses, so we turn this problem into an opportunity. Tuto, the all-in-one learning platform for sharing knowledge and building customized online academies. Whether you're an expert looking to share your skills or a company wanting to train your team the right way, Tuto provides all the tools you need to create multiple learning experiences. What sets us apart is that Tuto offers a turnkey solution that seamlessly integrates our comprehensive learning management system with services, including the platform management. Just tell us what you need: the learning management system, content design, video production, monetize your expertise, and we will take care of the rest. On Tuto, you can create or sell self-paced courses, live courses, one-on-one sessions. You can track progress, provide certificates. It connects with Zoom, Google, Stripe, and other useful integrations. It's bilingual, easy to use, and works perfectly for corporate teams and independent experts. Tuto makes money in 4 different ways. We have a B2B annual subscription. It's a premium service that combines the technology with services. We also have a subscription for experts. We provide content production services and content support, and we also charge a fee for every transaction made on our platform. The market is huge. Our focus, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and the US Hispanic market, represents a $30 million opportunity. Today, we are proud of what we've accomplished through Parallel 18. We expanded beyond Puerto Rico. Now we have our first international client in Dominican Republic. We currently serve 6 corporate clients in 5 different industries, including government, health, nonprofit, and generated $24,000 in sales during this program. We also closed 4 strategic partnerships that will allow us scale faster and reach thousands of validated clients. These are the faces behind the mission. Together, we are building a business with purpose, one that helps others grow through education. Today, we are looking for visionary partners. If you're an expert looking to scale your impact or a business ready to launch your dream online academy, just follow the Tuto Blue to talk now or scan the QR code so we can continue the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tuto Edu. Now last but definitely not least, here goes our 18th P18er. The easiest way to create a web page for small business owners. Made in Puerto Rico, Puny, come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan, and we are Puny Biz, the easiest way for non-techie service providers to be able to go digital. I want to show you here Maria. She's a service provider. She's very non-techie. She tracks everything on a notebook, but she loves to sell. But she always gets this question from her customers, where's your website? And Maria tries, but Maria does not understand. Maria tries, and she just doesn't get it. And this is the problem, because she just wants something simple for her, and 68% of all business owners pass through the same thing. They can't build their website. It takes them around 19 hours to do so. And if they want to sell something online, it takes them, give or take, 2 weeks. They just want to go to back, selling. We present Puny Biz, a platform that has everything that a service provider needs to be able to book their services, be able to do upsell. They can show their catalog and track everything. Not on notebooks, guys. From their phone, everything portable, ready to go. Currently, there's around 400 million businesses here, guys. They're around the world, 33 in the US, and 68% of them are stuck in this problem. We're offering a free subscription tier, and where people don't get charged to use the platform, we get a commission. If they don't want to pay the commission, they pay us $35 a month, and they can use the platform. We also have an enterprise side where we focus on multi-accounts, support, training, and custom integrations. Along those lines, we had an interesting breakthrough. You know those pesky people selling insurance on malls and selling solar panels? They're called independent sales teams. And they are a lot of Marias put together. And then they have the same problems, and now you have a supervisor who cannot see what they're doing. Puny provides data so they can see what they're doing, and with custom integrations, they can organize themselves independent teams. Currently, we have 8 clients of those. We have around 240K contracts signed. We're looking for strategic partners with chambers of commerce in the US and currently in talks with Uruguay to be able to expand. We're our NeverTech partner. We're gaining commissions per transaction at Mobile in our services. And we've impacted over 1,000 businesses just in workshops, education, and things they need to be able to grow their business. What's next? Based on everything that's happened, that initial estimate is changing. And based on the data, we're still raising capital, but it's going to be a different number. But the important thing is that that capital will be used to scale the sales force to be able to capture this new market that's happening. And we want to expand with strategic partners who are looking to help more Marias to grow their business and more Marias to go online. How do we know all this? For the past 15 years, that's what we've been doing. Building stuff for small business owners, from experiences to services and agencies that help them. And we know that this is not just about making websites. It's about dealing with your tech so you can focus on your business. You want to start a Puny? You know, you can start today. Thank you.
Excellent. Let's hear it one more time for the 18 pitches. We are officially done. 18 startups that are ready to scale and reach new milestones from today onward.
Yeah, and it was a great experience. But before we wrap up, we want to invite you guys to scan the QR code behind us, where you will find information on our open applications for Expand and BioLeap, and also future details on P18. Whether you're an interested founder or nor one, you can scan the QR code to learn more and share the information. So I see a few phones up, so I'm gonna give you some time to do that, and then we'll move on to some surprises.
I bet you're wondering about the prizes.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. And we're going to announce the Give Back Award. As I mentioned, this is the startup that most supported the entrepreneurial community during the Parallel 18 program. This founder had 48 points in our Give Back program, giving away more than 12 mentorship meetings and conferences to local emerging entrepreneurs. The winner of the Give Back program award is... Drum roll, please. That was very quiet, but I'll accept it. Let's give light to Raya Power. Another applause, please.
Awesome. So before we end this amazing night, we want to thank one more time to our parent organization, the Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust, for always supporting all of our initiatives. We also want to give a huge thank you to all the suppliers who made this possible. Audacity, International Printing, Art Events, Sabores y Algo Más, Cosecha Creativa, JT Content Creator, and Asles. And once again, a million thanks to our sponsors, Aeronet and B. Fernandez. Round of applause. Likewise to the audience, thank you so much for tonight. However, the event is not over. We have the networking portion, you have wine, you have food, and great conversations ahead of you.
Great. So while the rest of you go and eat and drink wine, I'm going to ask the P18ers to come up on stage and take a group photo.